Before we wrap up this video, I want to make sure you understand one phrase you will see in every real professional scope of work, and it does not appear anywhere in our 12 parts. Look at any real subcontract scope and you will find a line that says something like, "The above is not all-inclusive." Why is that line there? Because no scope writer can list every single item a trade is responsible for. There are too many small details, too many obvious things, too many incidentals that would take pages to enumerate. The not all-inclusive line is the scope writer's protection. It means even if I forgot to list something, if the construction documents require it for your trade to do its work, you are still responsible for it. It shifts accountability from the writer to the contractor. You will see this language in the professional example in your notebook. It is the difference between a scope that puts all the responsibility on the writer and a scope that makes the contractor accountable for the totality of their trade's work. Now let me check that with you before we move on. Quick check question. Why do professional scopes often include a line stating the above is not all-inclusive? A. To allow the contractor to add items at their discretion later. B. To make the contractor responsible for all work their trade requires, even items not specifically listed. C. To shorten the scope so it can be reviewed faster. D. To shift all risk to the owner. Take a moment and think about it before we move on. The correct answer is B. To make the contractor responsible for all work their trade requires, even items not specifically listed. Here is why. No scope writer can list every single item a trade is responsible for. The not all-inclusive line means even if a specific item is not listed, if the documents require it for the trade to do its work, the contractor is still responsible. It makes the contractor accountable for the totality of their trade's work, not just the items the scope writer happened to remember. Now let's put it all together. What separates a strong scope from a weak one? A strong scope has clear trade boundaries. It is specific about what is included and what is excluded. It names who owns each seam where trades meet. It controls cost because bidders can price it accurately. They are not guessing. A weak scope does the opposite. The boundaries are fuzzy, the exclusions are vague or missing. The seams between trades are unassigned. Bidders guess at what they have to include, and one of two things happens. Either they price low and you get a change order during construction, or they price high to protect themselves and the owner pays more than necessary upfront. Either way, the project pays. The scope writer's job is to make sure the project does not pay for vagueness. The video describes two ways a weak scope ends up costing the project money. Which of these matches? A. The contractor refuses to bid and the project is delayed. B. Bidders price low and a change order appears later, or bidders price high and the owner pays too much upfront. D. The CM is required to issue refunds. Take a moment. The correct answer is B. Bidders price low and a change order appears later, or bidders price high and the owner pays too much upfront. A weak scope creates two bad outcomes. Either bidders guess low to be competitive and you get change orders during construction, or they price high to protect themselves from the vagueness and the owner pays more than necessary. Either way, the project pays. The scope writer's job is to make sure the project does not pay for vagueness. Here's what is coming next. In the next video, we are going to look at where the content of a scope comes from. The CM does not write scopes from scratch. They take the architect's specifications and the drawings and reorganize them into trade bid packages. That transformation from CSI specifications to trade scopes is its own skill. After that, we will look at how to read the example scopes I have given you in the notebook. The trick is to study them to learn the patterns, not to copy them. And the last video walks through how to use the research tools you have access to. A few more videos and you will have everything you need to take a serious swing at writing your own scope. I will leave you with where we started. Every scope of work answers one question. Exactly what is this trade responsible for? Every part of a scope exists to answer that question more clearly. As you go into your own scope work, that is the question to hold in your head. If something you are writing makes the answer clearer, keep it. If not, cut it. The discipline of scope writing is the discipline of clarity about responsibility. Check the syllabus for the specifics on what is due and when. I will see you in the next video.